We have measured the age of everything. Every star, every atom, every whisper of light in the sky, all of it traced back to a single instant, 13.8 billion years ago. But ask a physicist what came 1 second before that instant, and something strange happens. They stop. They look uncomfortable. Because the honest answer is that the equations of our universe do not just fail there, they refuse to speak. And yet 7 serious proposals exist. One says a dead cosmos still bleeds through our sky. Subscribe and let's walk to the edge of time itself. In 1983, 2 physicists published a paper that quietly rewrote the question itself. James Hartle at UC Santa Barbara and Stephen Hawking at Cambridge proposed what they called the no-boundary condition. Their idea, time, near the Big Bang, does not stretch back forever. It curves. It softens. It rounds off, the way the surface of the Earth rounds off at the North Pole. Ask what lies north of the North Pole, and the question has no answer. Not because we do not know, but because there is no direction left to point. Hartle and Hawking said the beginning of time works the same way. There was no before. The word itself dissolves. This is a theory, not a proven fact, but the mathematics is clean, elegant, and terrifying. And yet, another physicist, 1 year earlier, had already gone further. He said the universe came from literal nothing. 1982, physicist Alexander Vilenkin, working at Tufts University, published a proposal in Physical Review D so bold it sounds like a joke. He said the entire universe, every galaxy, every atom, every second of time, quantum tunneled into existence out of literally nothing. Not empty space, not a vacuum, nothing. No dimensions, no fields, no physics. Vilenkin's argument, in quantum mechanics, empty states are unstable. Particles flicker in and out of the vacuum constantly. He extended that rule down to its most brutal conclusion. If a vacuum is unstable, then nothingness itself might be too. And a bubble of space-time could just appear, uncaused, unwilled. This is a theory, not a proven fact. But Vilenkin is not a crank. He is one of the most cited cosmologists alive. And if he is right, we are the flicker. But some physicists say the flicker was never solo. They say we are trapped inside something. In 1992, physicist Lee Smolin proposed something that turns cosmology inside out. Every black hole in our universe, he said, may give birth to a new universe on the other side of its singularity. In 2010, Polish physicist Nikodem Poplawski at the University of New Haven developed the math further, using a theory called Einstein-Cartan gravity. In his model, matter falling into a black hole does not crush to a point. It bounces, and the bounce is a Big Bang seen from inside, which means our Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago might have been a star collapsing in a parent universe we can never see. Every black hole we point a telescope at could be someone else's cosmic dawn. This is a theory, not a proven fact, but it means the sky above us is a wall, and we are the child of a death we will never witness. And the next idea splits that child in two. In 2018, physicists Neil Turok and Latham Boyle at the Perimeter Institute in Canada published a proposal in Physical Review Letters that sounds pulled from a nightmare. They asked, what if the Big Bang did not create one universe, but two? In their model, the Big Bang is a mirror. On our side, time runs forward. On the other side, time runs backward. A twin cosmos receding from ours not through space, but through the wrong direction of time. To something living there, we are the past. Our future is their prehistory. And in their equations, this symmetry actually explains puzzles our universe cannot solve alone, like the strange nature of dark matter. This is a theory, not a proven fact. But somewhere, if Turok and Boyle are right, another you is unaging, undying, walking backward toward a birth that never comes. And still, the strangest proposal is not one universe or two, but infinite. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, physicist Alan Guth at MIT, together with Linde and Alexander Vilenkin, developed the theory of cosmic inflation. In the first tiny fraction of a second, space itself expanded faster than light, blowing a subatomic patch into everything we see. The theory works. Its predictions match satellite data with terrifying precision. But then Linde asked a follow-up question that changed cosmology forever. Does inflation ever stop? His answer? No. Somewhere right now, inflation is still happening, and each region where it slows down becomes a bubble, a whole universe with its own laws of physics. Our entire cosmos, all 90 billion light-years of it, is one bubble that stopped inflating. There are infinite others, different constants, different atoms, different rules. This is a theory, not a proven fact, but it means our universe is not the universe. And what came before our bubble was another bubble popping. The next idea is even more physical. Two sheets touched. In 2001, three physicists, Justin Khoury, Paul Steinhardt at Princeton, and Neil Turok, published a paper proposing something called the ekpyrotic model. The name comes from the Greek word for conflagration, a great fire. Their idea comes from string theory. Reality, they said, has more than 4 dimensions. Our universe is a vast 3-dimensional sheet called a brain, floating in a higher dimensional space we cannot perceive. And parallel to us, at a distance we cannot measure, floats another sheet. Roughly every trillion years, those two sheets drift toward each other and collide. The collision releases unimaginable energy across the entire brain at once. That, they said, is the Big Bang, not a point exploding, but two universes slapping together. This is a theory, not a proven fact, but it means the beginning was not creation. It was contact. And the last theory says our universe already died once and left a scar. This is the theory that keeps some cosmologists awake at night. It comes from Sir Roger Penrose, who won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2020 for his work on black holes. Penrose calls his idea conformal cyclic cosmology. It goes like this. Our universe will eventually die. Every star will burn out. Every black hole will evaporate through Hawking radiation over timescales so long that human numbers cannot describe them. What remains will be cold, empty, and photonic, and, Penrose argues, mathematically indistinguishable from a hot, dense Big Bang. The heat death of one universe is the birth of the next. Then he went further. He claimed that the massive black holes of the previous universe left imprints, faint concentric rings, which he calls Hawking points, burned into the cosmic microwave background of our sky. And he says he sees them in the data. The claim is disputed. Other physicists have looked and disagreed. But this is a Nobel laureate staring at real satellite maps saying, the ghosts of a dead cosmos are still visible above your head, right now, tonight. And that is where cosmology stops feeling like science and starts feeling like a hauntology. 7 proposals. 7 different ways of asking a question that a child could ask in 6 words. What was there before the beginning? No boundary, nothing tunneling, a black hole birth, a mirror twin, an endless foam. 2 sheets colliding. A dead universe leaving scars. None of them is proven. All of them are taken seriously by people who have devoted their lives to the math. The truth is, we are a species standing at the edge of a cliff of time, throwing equations into the dark and listening for an echo. Which theory shakes you the most? And which one do you think might actually be true? Tell me below.